These are two cities that are often overlooked by tourists visiting Poland. In this episode, we will help you to decide which of them is worth your time and which one you can skip. Both Poznań and Toruń are located in the north of Poland, and they read both university towns with a lot of history and culture to offer. They also have a lot in common. Both were founded in the 13th century. Both used to be important trading posts, and both suffered heavy damage during World War II. But each of these cities has its own unique charm. And many people consider Poznań as one of the most underrated cities in Poland. So let's see if it deserves that title or not. The first thing to mention is the size. Poznań is much bigger than Toruń. It is the fifth largest city in Poland with 670,000 inhabitants, while Toruń is number 10 with half of that population. That's because Poznań is a capital city of the Greater Poland region. On the other hand, Toruń is a capital city of the Kuyavian-Pomeranian Voivodeship, but it's just a small one. So basically, Poznań has more administrative functions, and that's why it's a bit larger. When it comes to transport links, there's no comparison here. Poznań is much better connected. It has an international airport with direct flights to London, Milan, and some other European cities. Plus, it has direct train connections to all major Polish cities, and even to Berlin and Amsterdam. Toruń, on the other hand, only offers direct trains to Warsaw and And yes, it does have an airport, but it's mostly used for general aviation, so no scheduled flights. If you want to fly from Toruń, you'll need to take a train to Warsaw and then catch a plane. And due to its location, Toruń is also far away from Germany, so no road trips over there. But don't worry, both cities are well connected within Poland. So if you decide to visit Toruń, you can easily take a day trip to Poznań. Speaking of day trips, Toruń is a great base for exploring the nearby cities like Bydgoszcz, Grudziądz, and of course, Warsaw. However, if you choose Poznań as your home base, you won't be able to do that because it's pretty far away from those places. In terms of accommodation options, Poznań wins again. You can easily find a place to stay for every budget, from budget-friendly hotels and hostels to luxury 5-star hotels. Prices in Toruń are a bit lower overall, but the choice is smaller. Both cities offer a wide range of apartments for rent as well. Another advantage of living in Poznań is that it has more things to do. Let's start with the Old Town. It's very similar to Toruń's Old Town, but it's a bit larger, and there are a few more interesting buildings inside, like the neo-gothic City Hall, which is one of the most recognizable landmarks of the city. But Toruń's Old Town also has its own charm, and it is definitely less crowded than Poznań is. Poznań also has a large park called Citadel Park, which is located within the city limits. It has lakes, palaces, museums, and plenty of space for everyone. There's nothing like that in Toruń. The largest green area is the Landscape Park, which is outside of the city center. And although it's nice, it's not as impressive as the Citadel. Then we have the Stary Brouwer Shopping Mall in Poznań, which is considered to be one of the most beautiful malls in Europe with its glass atrium and old brick walls. Toruń has its own shopping malls, too, but none of them are as fancy as Stary Brouwer. When it comes to nightlife, both cities have a lot to offer. Poznań has many more clubs and bars, especially around the Malta Lake. However, the quality of nightlife in Toruń shouldn't be underestimated. Plus, if you're looking for a more relaxed evening, both cities have a lot of pubs and restaurants serving traditional Polish food. Here's something that might be surprising, but Toruń is actually a better city when it comes to culture. It has a famous planetarium, which is considered to be the most modern in Poland. It also has a few theaters, museums, and art galleries. Whereas in Poznań, you'll find only the National Museum and the Museum of Archaeology. Poznań does have an opera house, though. But what about nature? Well, Toruń is surrounded by forests, so you can go hiking and pick some delicious wild strawberries in summer. The downside is that there are no mountains nearby, so you won't be able to do any skiing or snowboarding. Poznań is located far away from the forests, but close to the Notec River. So you can enjoy kayaking or paddleboarding there, but keep in mind that the water quality isn't the best. If you have some time left and you're still wondering how to spend it, you can visit the Tumski Island in It has a large cathedral and a few other churches. Plus, it offers a nice view of the city. There's nothing like that in Toruń. So which city is best for families? Well, both are great options. Poznań is a bit more lively, so you might prefer it if you're younger and looking for a fun night out. Toruń is a great option for those who are looking for a more relaxing holiday and want to spend their time sightseeing. But keep in mind that it can get pretty boring if you're a student and looking for some excitement. Now, let's talk about prices. Accommodation and food are both cheaper in Toruń. For example, a meal in a mid-range restaurant costs around 20 to 30 zin in Toruń and 25 to 40 z in Poznań. The same goes for accommodation. You can get a double room in a 3-star hotel for 200 zin per night in Toruń and 250 zn per night in Poznań. A hostel dorm bed will cost you around 40 zin in Toruń and 50 zin in Poznań. Keep in mind that all prices are per person per night. Also, these are just averages. Prices may vary depending on the season and availability. So which city should you visit? Well, if you're looking for a lively city with plenty of things to do, then go to But if you're looking for a more relaxed atmosphere and want to explore the surrounding areas, then Toruń is the perfect city for you. Let us know in the comments below which city you think is better and why. We hope you enjoyed this episode and learned something new. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and see you next time.